Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I wanted to let you know not only do I create content in my YouTube channel here, Class in a Glass, but I'm also on Twitch where I play single-player games, multiplayer games, I do movie reviews, cartoon reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, it would be a big help if you can check out my Patreon, where you can gain access to audio commentaries, reactions, and the ability to submit questions for my podcasts and videocasts. And all that content can be found in the links below. In the meantime, enjoy the video. We have to move on to my animated review for Spider-Man, the animated series, episode 17, chat. The Mutie Agenda. What are those muties doing? I'm going to tell you. Nothing good. Oh, nothing good. According to Spider-Man, chat. Landslide fucking victory. And you know, you're absolutely right, Cake. But chat, this episode opens, and I was kind of shocked by it. Spider-Man does not like the mutants, which you would think that Spider-Man, who is constantly shit on by the citizens of New York City and the press and the mass media, is like, oh, he's a menace, he's a villain. You'd think he'd like have some sympathy for the X-Men, who are fighting for mutant kind, not only mutant kind shit, but also their fellow humans as well, trying to save them. But Spider-Man's like, no, fuck those muties. I was shocked by that. Because the episode opens up, he's like, well, I've run out of options. You know, Dr. Kirk Connors, he won't help me. Miracles of Science won't help me. I gotta go to a dirty mutant man. I gotta go to the home of Charles Xavier, who is apparently the foremost expert on mutants, chat. So he heads up to upstate New York, chat. That's where he's swinging all those goddamn trees, and he hops up on the Mutie Mansion. And right before he's about to get in there, Chet, he's grabbed by a giant claw, and he's sucked into the bowels of the mansion. What's going to happen, Chet? He's sucked into the bowels of the mansion. He's like, what's going on? And oh my God, we see them. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Ba-na. Oh my God, it's the X-Men, Chet. For some reason, they were all, in that moment, just together. Walking down this hallway together. But who's the first one to reveal themselves? He's like, what are you doing here, bub? Snit. It's Wolverine, chat. It's Wolverine wearing his iconic blue and yellow outfit. And then he's joined by fucking Scott Summers of Cyclops. He's joined by Jean Grey. You see Jubilee with a little firework man. We see Hank McCoy known as the Beast. We see Rogue, chat. And last and certainly not least, we see goddamn Gambit, chat, with his fucking bow staff and trading cards. It's like, whoa! And Spider-Man's like, this is fucking nuts. Oh, and Storm's there too, chat. She's there. And he's just like, I'm intimidated, but you guys are goddamn muties. You're freaks. And I need your help. And like, who you calling freak, bub? And right before it's about to go down, chat, you see Rogue. She walks over to Spider-Man. She says, what's up with you, sugar? And Spider-Man's like, don't touch me, mutie! And he uses his racism, chat. He is empowered by racism. And he breaks out of his metallic bonds, chat. And he just like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. He starts running and wall crawling all over the place, chat. And eventually, was like, oh, I'm outside. Like, he thinks he's outside, chat. It's like, oh, it's all fucking grass and trees and shit. And he closed the door behind him. But he's not outside, chat, because we see Wolverine is like, oh my God. Well, he went to the danger room. And Gambit's like, shit, man. I was like fighting like sentinels on the deadliest combat level possible. I'm like, oh shit, we have to save him. And so Scott says, Jean, go up there and shut down the machine. We're going to go ahead and save Spider-Man. So they bust on in there, chat. And meanwhile, Spider-Man, he's fighting off the Sentinels, but he's getting his ass kicked, chat. He's never fought giant robot mutant-hating Sentinels before. And he's not doing too well. And so eventually the X-Men, they're helping him taking down these goddamn Sentinels, chat. And they do defeat them. Jean Grey, she turns off the illusion, chat. She turns off the holographic projectors and things and the robots. And Spider-Man's like, whoa, guys, I guess not all muties are bad. Thanks for the help. And they're like, hey, I need to talk to Charles Xavier. He needs to help me with my mutie problem. And so they take him, chat, to Charles Xavier. He's like, Spider-Man, because Spider-Man explains himself. He says that, I was bitten by a radioactive spider, blah, blah, blah. Uncle Ben, blah, 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 dead. Great power, great responsibilities, blah, I hate muties. I'm mutating, and I came to you for a cure. Thank you, Dr. The 5 Days. Little known fact, getting bit by a radioactive spider it makes you a huge racist. Very, very racist. And so, Spider-Man, he explains all these things. He's like, I'm slowly mutating. Do you have a cure, Charles Xavier? Charles goes, no, I don't. I don't cure mutants. I help them live with their mutations. I train them. I educate them. That's why I formed the X-Men. That's why I formed the school. We can help you deal with the mutation. Now he's Spider-Man's like, you're not here to help me, are you? Fuck you, you mutants. I'm gonna be a freak. And Wolverine's like, okay, first of all, stop calling us freaks, Spider-Man. All right. Like, you came here for help. You attacked us, first of all. All right, we were defending our school. There's children here, and they hear you with your rasses. Wolverine's in the right, chat. Like, I was shocked by how racist Spider-Man was in here. It was ridiculous. I mean, I get it. I mean, no, I don't get it. I mean, Spider-Man, he's panicking because he's like, I'm slowly mutating to a giant fucking Brundlefly abomination. I need help. And so he's being a little mean, chat. A lot of that negativity is coming out. It's being projected a little too harshly. And, you know, he's like, we're trying to help you, okay? We can help you with this, but you stop being so racist. Spider-Man's like, I don't know why I even rely on you. No matter who I go, like, I help everyone out all the time, defeat supervillains and shit, but anytime I need help, no one helps me. And he's like, and he fucking leaves, Chad. He fucking swings away. Everyone's like, fuck that guy. But, you know, Beast, he's like, nah, listen, he's going through so much right now. He doesn't even understand it. And Wolverine's like, he's not even a true mutant, okay? If what he told us is true, he's not even one of us. It's like, it doesn't matter, Wolverine. He's hurting right now. He doesn't know what to do. I want to help him. Charles is like, fucking go for it, Hank. And Hank, he goes out there, chat. Wolverine's like, Hank, come on. He's like, Wolverine, now I remember a few years ago when you came to us and you weren't exactly the most easiest person to work with, okay? You want nothing to do with us, but we helped you. And look at you now. You're doing much better. Wolverine's like, God damn it, Hank. Why are you saying all this shit? He's like, because it's true. That guy needs our help. I'm going to go help him. Good on fucking Beast, chat. Can we get Spider-Can? Can we get some Mr. Evan Yates, Mr. Evan Hypes for fucking Beast in the chat? Good guy, Hank McCoy, chat. And he's going to go after Spider-Man. And he fucking swings out there, chat, trying to catch up. Meanwhile, chat, we cut back to New York City. And we're following the character. No, we're not at that point yet. No. No, I'm a mistake, Joe. Not at that point. No. Fucking Hank McCoy, he eventually catches up to Spider-Man. He's trying to talk to him. Spider-Man's like, get away from me, you mutie. I don't want any help from you. And he's like, fuck, shit. I mean, I'm gonna see, but Hank McCoy, despite the racism he is getting, he still goes after Spider-Man. He sits down, he's like, hey, man, listen, there's this guy working in New York City. He goes by the name of, what's his goddamn name? Harold Brand. It's Herbert Landon, not Harold Brand, that's his corporation. He works for the Brand Corporation, yeah. But his name is Herbert Landon. Herbert Landon, he is the CEO of Brand Corporation. He's been working on a cure for mutations to reverse the process, to restructure the DNA, and which would eventually turn the person human again. And he's like, if you don't want to cope with your mutation, maybe that's the best bet. He's going to showcase his initial findings at a conference tomorrow. Why don't you go there or try to interact with him or meet him in some capacity and see if that works for you? And Spider-Man goes, you know what, Beast? You're one of the good ones. Beast just goes, ooh, that's racist, but see you later, Spider-Man. And fucking Spider-Man, he swings off, chat. And while Beast, he says, well, I did my good deed despite, being shit upon. Right before he's about to leave, he's attacked. He's attacked by people. And these guys are hunting for muties. They're like, they bag up good old Beast, chat. And it's like, yes, you'll be perfect for the experiment. What's the experiment, chat? Oh, we shall soon find out. Meanwhile, we cut to New York City. We were following the Herbert Landon that was just being discussed between Spider-Man and Beast. And he's going to a warehouse, chat. Ooh, of course, a warehouse. There's one in every single Spider-Man episode of all time. Every single one, chat. Every single one. So he goes there, and he's there to meet a fucking buyer. Or not a buyer, someone who apparently has a lot of dirt on him. And he has, like, this big old briefcase of money. And who's the fucking contact, chat? You hear him before you see him. It's not the Joker, chap, but it's Mark Hamill as the Hobgoblin. He's the one who is blackmailing Mr. Landon. He says, have you brought the money, Herbert? He's like, I have, Hobgoblin. Hopefully this will buy your sound. He's like, oh, it should buy my silence. But little why, Herbie. So he has this chat. He's laughing his fucking ass off. He's having a goddamn good time. Dark Side, think of the 5 minutes. This was warehouse number 616. Oh, I understood that reference, as Cap would say. He says one of the good. I am not fucking joking. He says one of the good ones. He's racist, yeah. Mark Hamill, yep, is a Hobbit, which is great casting. He's not a straight Joker impression. It's definitely, he's doing his own take, which is cool. And so he has the fucking money. He's fucking celebrating because Hobgoblin, he's a greedy son of a bitch. But as soon as good old Herbert Landon, he leaves, chat, he presses the goddamn button and boom, the warehouse explodes. Like, no! Hobgoblin got blown up and he's fucking riding back, chat. He's in fucking Kingpin's like, hey, what's going on, man? My spies have been spying on you. You promised me some super muty soldiers to do my bidding. What's going on? He's like, I had to deal with something. Don't worry about it, Kingpin. Heading back to the office right now. I'm going to work on these good old muties, chat. Meanwhile, we cut to the fucking warehouse, which is completely exploded, and Hobgoblin's just like, I'm okay. He's just there. Like, you don't see him crawling out of the rubble, chat. He is perfectly clean, doesn't have a single scratch on him. He's just like, I knew you would try to kill me, Herbert, and I will come for you. So he's fine. Meanwhile, chat, we cut to Spider-Man, and he's swaying back to New York City, and he is being fucking creepy because he is watching Mary Jane through her windows like, who's Mary Jane? He's being like fucking Hydro Man, chat, like the last episode, which I reviewed on Saturday night, which is the best episode by far of the Spider-Man animated series. Very, very good. Creepy Hydro Man. He's fucking watching Mary Jane. You know, she's just reading a book, man, on her own goddamn, and just Spider-Man's like, yeah. He's just watching. He's like, well, I don't deserve her. I'm gonna be like a disgusting, muty freak. I can't have her. I don't want her. And so he swings back to Aunt May's creeping on Aunt May, watching from the window. He's like, oh, Aunt May, you would never accept me as a dirty muty. And then eventually he's sad, chat, and he goes to sleep. And the next day, he gets up and he goes to, he's sleeping. Then, chat, we cut to the laboratory, if you will, of Mr. Herbert Langdon, and where he's talking to his assistant, Genevieve. And they're saying, oh, we're going to acquire a new test subject very soon to test our cure of the mutant gene eraser. And that way we can purge the planet of mutants, because I hate these dirty muties. And Genevieve's like, I hate them too, Herbert. And I was like, oh, they're in sync, chat. These two hate the muties so much they're in sync. And then eventually, Peter, he's at the conference the next day. He's going to see what Herbert Langdon has to showcase. And he's talking, lo and behold, he's talking to Genevieve. And she, they're having a conversation. And, Peter's like, hey, do you think there are going to be any mutants who are going to show up to see this conversation? She's like, I hope not. I hope those dirty muties stay outside where they belong. And Peter Parker's like, how could you say that, Genevieve? That is so insulting. It's like, first of all, Peter, you are being very racist as fucking two-faced as shit, chat. Being racist as hell as Spider-Man because he has a mask on, he can. People don't know what his true opinion is. And as Peter Parker's like, how could you say that? It's like, bullshit. I know what you were about, Peter. King DJ, welcome to the stream. I think with 10 minutes. What's up, Chris? My night is going very well, man. Talking about how racist Spider-Man is. And so he's disgusted by Genevieve. He goes into the conference chat. Herbert Landon, he's showcasing the results. He's like, I have found the cure, by the way, of restructuring one's DNA. If I put him in some goop, I got this greenish, brownish goop. I put you in there, and you're not a mutie no more. Everyone goes, woo! No muties, woo! My God! A lot of Maga fans in there, chat. A lot of Maga. In the late 90s, too. And Spider-Man's like, yes, this is what I need. But, oh no, Chad, the fucking Hobgoblin's there. He shows up and he starts blasting. He starts blasting all the people. He's going right for Herbert. He's like, I knew you tried to kill me, Herbert, and I've come for you. And he starts blasting Herbert, Chad. Oh, but thank God Peter Parker's there because he dressed up as Spider-Man, and him and Hobgoblin, they have a good old scuffle, chat. They start fighting. But the thing is, like, during this whole battle, chat, the roof of the convention center starts crumbling down because Hobgoblin's throwing his pumpkin bombs and his laser blasts and batarangs and shit. And that thing's coming down. So I was like, fuck. And so Hobgoblin, he just fucking hightails it out of there. He's like, I will come for you. How about next time? So he flies out. And Spider-Man, he's just trying to web up the roof, trying to save everybody. And Genevieve, she's like, oh my God, we have to help Spider-Man. And Herbert's like, fuck him. I don't give a shit, but he's saved. He's like, I don't care. He's a mutie. And they're look, the shoe's on the other foot now, Spider-Man. And so they run out, but Genevieve, she feels so bad for Spider. She feels so bad for him. And Spider-Man, he's struggling to make sure all the people are out of the way. All the citizens of New York City, chat, they're out of the convention center. He's webbing this up. He's like, oh no, it's gonna collapse. But all of a sudden, chat, it stops collapsing, and he feels this energy around him. He doesn't understand it, and the roof is okay. He's like, oh shit, and he sees all the people are out, and he gets out there, and then it finally collapses. Chat, he's like, okay, that wasn't me that did that. That wasn't my webbing. My webbing was just about to go. So. That was fucking weird. But he hasn't time to think, chat, because he has to track down the Hobgoblin. Meanwhile, we also head back to the X-Mansion, and fucking Wolverine goes, God damn it, Hank, where the hell have you been? He's talking to Cyclops, he's talking to Jean Grey, Jubilee. He's asking everyone, like, where is Hank? And they're like, We just assumed he was in his laboratory. He's like, he's not in his laboratory. We don't know where he is. And he's like, so he goes outside, chat, where he last saw Hank. He tracks him. He smells him. He's like, I know how Hank smells, and I know how Spider-Man smells, that racist, but I smell a whole bunch of other jabronis out here, too, and I don't like it. I'm going to track him down. And so he does that maybe a few hours beforehand. And eventually, chat, we do cut to fucking Spider-Man. He gets the drop on Hobgoblin. They start wrestling again. But Spider-Man, he does finally, for the first time, ever gets the upper hand on Hobgoblin, chat. He fucking knocks him off his glider. He beats the shit out of him. And right then and there, chat, he's kind of like, I'm going to kill you, Hobgoblin. Tell me what I need to know. He's like, oh, fuck, I know what Herbert Landon's doing. What he wants to do is not just eradicate, mutants, cure people of their mutation. He wants to fucking kill them. He's going to weaponize this shit. I knew this. I've been blackmailing him the entire time, so I don't reveal this to the press. And Spider-Man goes, well, I don't like mutants either, but I don't want to kill him. That's kind of fucked up. And chat, it's so cool too, chat. Spider-Man is just about to reveal the identity of the Hobgoblin. He's like, well, let's go ahead and see those. Since I have you here, let's go ahead and see those baby blues. And he's just about to take off his mask yet, but he's stopped. Because who's behind him, Chad? He's like, what's up, bub? Snicked. It's Wolverine. Spider-Man goes, oh, good to have you here, Wolverine. Listen, I need your help. He's like, yeah, I want to go ahead and find what happened to Beast. What happened to Beast, chat? We cut to that because Herbert Landon, he's back at his laboratory, and we see that the mutant that they've been looking for is Beast. They've captured him, and apparently him and Herbert have some type of relationship beforehand, chat. They work together on mutant genetics and shit. And Herbert Landon's like, hey, I had to do this to you, Hank, but I gotta test this fucking goop on you. I gotta put you in the goop, Hank, and that might kill him. That might stop his mutation. We don't know, chap. And it's like, oh no, it's a cliffhanger. And then we cut back to Spider-Man Wolverine. Wolverine's like, where the fuck is Hank? And I was like, I don't know where Hank is. I don't know. And fucking Wolverine just starts punching the shit out of Spider-Man. They start wrestling. Hobgoblin's like, I'm just gonna go. But before I do, pumpkin bomb, pumpkin bomb, pumpkin bomb. And so you hear this huge explosion, chat, all circling them, and Spider-Man and Wolverine just about to go at it, chat. And then it cuts to credits. Oh no! Part 1 ends, but part 2 shall begin shortly, chat. Yes, that is Spider-Man episode 17, The Muty Agenda. A very fun episode, again, for when I was young when I first saw this, oh my god, it's the first crossover between Spider-Man and the X-Men. Sadly, it's the only one, Chad. This one, the second episode. But it's kind of cool to see these two series that were going on at the same time and how they had this really cool crossover. But yeah, yes, sadly, it was a cliffhanger, Chad. We shall find out what happened next episode. Will Spider-Man stop being racist? Will the Hobgoblin's identity be revealed? Will Hank McCoy be dropped into the goop? I don't know. We'll see you in the next episode, chat. I'll let you know. Cancel Spider-Man. D. Carl, I'll do the 10 minutes. JJ was right. Spider-Man is a menace. For the mutant, he is a mutant. Yeah, for the mutants. He would totally be canceled, chat. Spider-Man would absolutely be canceled.